hello, y'all, to another stream. StreamerBot just updated, and it looks a little different now. Well, actually, a little different. It looks way different. Let me just adjust the stream chat. It seems the YouTube stuff is now working. It wasn't working before for me. Because now it's sending out the bot is now sending out messages. Whoever liked the video, thank you. You know, if they liked the video, that's really true. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is drills, dictation as usual, and I'm also I have my textbook with me, my Phoenix Theory textbook, and I decided to look through it to actually start using it again. I haven't, according to Evernote, I haven't touched it in 2 years. So that's exciting. We have that to look forward to. I'll be reading out from it. And I'll be adding the exercises to Evernote so that I can practice them a little easier through stenojig. Okay, let me get situated. My steno machine right between my thighs. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is finger drills. Haven't done these in a while. I just have to close, deactivate all of my dictionaries. Good. Okay. Now, see if I'm any faster. Huh. That's weird. Okay, let's try that again. No, that was slower. After all that studying, I'm doing worse. Let's retry that drill. I'm going faster. But does faster equal better? Not necessarily. When I do these, I have to have my other hand resting on the keyboard. Otherwise, I get very confused. Difficult. These are still so difficult. Even after all this practice. I'm sure I'm doing better than I was before though. Okay, now we're just gonna do, let's do this. Oh, Because I forgot to activate my dictionaries. You can't see them, the words. Have stuff in the way. Okay. Now stuff isn't in the way. I'll have to move them again in a little bit. Is only when years, if all, and can they out where has there it with a said other these go. Some is people then those will good but be for up by think which no and after or no does more could we much into about are from any because yeah as are then so well of were now I not to she see get them this how have in here who on like that first. Try that again. In due time might just even him he really at the me right what is only when years if all and can they out where has there it that said other these go some is people then those will good but be for up I think which no and after or no does more could we much into about our any because yeah as are then so well of were now I not to she see get them this how have in here who on like that first. Okay, move everything back. Okay, let's do quotes. You know better than you think you know than you think you know, and you shall live to know me better yet. Better than you think you know, and you shall live to know me better yet. Got 168 words per minute from that. I'm trying to eliminate hesitation. But it's hard. It's hard when you're reading the words. Total victory is scoring an easy win by doing what you always do. may imagine that anything. I believe a man lost in the mazes of his own mind may imagine that he's anything. You know what would happen? What would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? You know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? I wonder who's saying that. Cleaning your house while kids are around is like shoveling the walk while it's still snowing. So true. Every time I think of exercise, I should really just add that to, because I do that repeatedly. I'll just add that to my dictionary. Think of, think. Huh? I don't know why that wasn't working. Try again. I have to lie right down until the feeling leaves. The ancient ain ain I don't write. Where is look up? Tint. Okay. Spirits of light and dark have been released. Need to configure output. Keep press delay set to 0. The ancient spirits of light and dark have been released. If you are looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. If you're looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. Because I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. There are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward. You do not understand even life. How can you understand death? Waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? I found I had to love myself the way I wanted you to love me. People who can't throw something important away can never hope to change anything. I don't know about that. dreams in your heart. I love deadlines. I love the whooshing noise they make as they go by. Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder? Huh? You think that you are going to love something, give it a try. $216? Wow! That was fast! You forget what you want to remember, and you remember what you want to forget. What you want to remember. You forget what you want to remember, and you remember what you want to forget. It's that L. I hit the L so often. 2 words. Am I right? I hit the L so often? I have not failed. It's kind of hard to ask a dead guy what he did wrong. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Never say anything unless it is worth taking a long time to say. No man can win every battle, but no man should fall without a struggle. Sports. My grandfather picks up quartz and valuable onyx jewels, send 60 dozen quartz jars and 12 black pens. Oh, I hit my keyboard, my QWERTY, lifting my hand up. Cleaning your cleaning. Whoops. Cleaning your house while kids are around is like shoveling the walk while it's still snowing. A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. You have to do the things you don't want to do before you can do the things you truly want to do. Have to do the things you don't want to do before you can do the things you truly want to do. It is the quality of one's conviction that determines one's success, not the number of followers. God damn it, it's Harry Potter again. I never look at. I really need to change that. To look before I start stenoing. And pleasure seemed to him to be really greater tragedies than poverty or sorrow. You don't get to choose if you get hurt in this world, but you do have some say in who hurts you. Not necessarily. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answer. I'm good at reading people. My secret, I look for the worst in them. Worse than them. I forgot how to write worse for a second. You can die anytime, but living takes true courage. Mortgage. All you need to paint is a few tools, a little instruction, and a vision in your mind. There's no shame in falling down. True shame is to not stand up again. I would have lived in peace, but my enemies brought me war. And now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good. A man who doesn't spend with his time with his family can never be a real man. I love you too, but I'm gonna mace you in the face. Well, I used to have the notion that I could swim the ocean if I knew you were waiting for me. No one's gonna drag you up to get into the light where you belong. But where do you belong? Here, take a cookie. I promise, by the time you're done eating it, you'll feel right as rain. You have only one life, make the most of it. It's hard to see heaven when you know you're hellbound. Oh, that seems to not be a phrase in my dictionary, so let me add it. When you know. It's hard to see heaven when you know you're hellbound. Very simple was my explanation, and plausible enough, as most wrong theories are. Few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example. The right example again. What is the KPFPL? I do not wish any reward, but to know I have done the right thing. Not wish any reward, but to know I have done the right thing. The burned hand teaches best. After that, advice about fire goes to the heart. There's a lot of beauty in ordinary things. Isn't that kind of the point? There is something about yourself that you don't know. Perhaps one did not want to be loved so much as to be understood. Rest assured that I was on the internet within minutes registering how do I write register? Register. Within discussed throughout the world. Magic causes as much trouble as it cures. From being used so much, needed with sweat and sighs, the air in the room had begun to turn to mud. Don't mistake my generosity for generosity. If you don't know what you want, how are you going to know when you get it? If you don't know what you want, how are you going to know when you get it? Never become used to anything you love. It blunts the edge of appreciation. Begin at the beginning and go on till you come to the end. Then stop. I promised I'd save him, take him home. I promised him. Someone who cannot abandon everything cannot achieve anything. The night's always waiting, still and unseen. The harder you focus, the darker it seems. People don't suffer from insanity. They love every minute of it. There is no greater plague to an introvert than the extrovert. Rejection, I have found, can be the only antidote to delusion. I do not wish any reward but to know I have done the right thing. I have wandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles. Such are promises. Oh, we we could be the stars falling from the sky, shining how we want, brighter, brighter than the sun. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know that there is. If you only do what you can do, you will never be more than who you are now. To be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. If you want a happy ending, that depends, of course, on where you stop your story. Play is the highest form of research. Research. You can't get back what you've lost. What's important now is what is it that you still have. Popular is even weirder. Turns out it's not the same thing as having friends at all. A wise person once said that you can never lose what you never had, but you can go into debt. You see, the rays from the star pass so near the sun that they get bent on the way to us. What one programmer can do in 1 month, 2 programmers can do in 2 months. If you ever looked at me once with what I know is in you, I would be your slave. If you ever looked at me once with what I know is in you, I would be your slave. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I love you like a love song, baby, and I keep hitting repeat. Death is what gives life meaning. To know your days are numbered, your time is short. Do not know if all cops are poets, but I know that all cops carry guns with triggers. We lived on farms, then we lived in cities, and now we're going to live on the internet. SPWERPVT. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. Every adventure requires a first step. The only love affair I have ever had was with music. Go forth on your path, as it exists only through your walking. No one in the world gets what they want, and that is beautiful. I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. I just feel like I need to save everyone, to redeem myself. I'm having a birthday, but you're not invited, but you can come if you want. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Indifference and neglect often do much more damn fucking Harry Potter bullshit. What's in store, but you know what you're here for. Our battle will be legend. I love you too, but I'm gonna mace you in the face. The bully who oppressed your youth isn't at the table with us. Perhaps he's long dead. Don't tell people your plans, show them your results. You get tough like me and you don't get hurt. You look out for yourself, and nothing can touch you. The only love affair I have ever had was with music. If you think that you are going to love something, give it a try. You must take life the way it comes at you. Make the best of it. You don't make history by following the rules. You make it by seizing the moment. I know that I'm not alone, but I want to be strong, even when I am. I know that I'm not alone, but I want to be strong, even when I am. You do not understand even life. How can you understand death? Sometimes I wish I never built the palace, but real love is never a waste of time. Someone has to leave first. This is a very old story. There is no other version of this story. If I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass? Do you think time would pass me by? Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. To be fond of dancing was a certain step towards falling in love. Some people can't believe in themselves until someone else believes in them first. We live where the war is raging, chasing our crazy dreams. I am he as you are me, and we all are all together. We live where the war is raging, chasing our crazy dreams. If you only do what you can do, Pete, you only do what you can do, you will never be more than who you are now. If there ever comes a day when we can't be together, keep me in your heart. I'll stay there forever. In a very real sense, have two minds, one that thinks and one that feels. And every time I've held a rose, it seems I only felt the thorns. If you have to ask, you will never know. I do not wish any reward, but to know I have done the right thing. Don't bounce me off the wall again. That was mostly violent. Live as if you drop dead in 10 seconds. He knew what he knew, that the real world was full of magic, so magical worlds could easily be real. You see, the rays from the star pass so near the sun that they get bent on the way to us. There's nothing in the world that breeds success like success. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. The human whose name is written in this note shall die. Don't tell people your plans. Show them your results. I can touch my heart. I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew someone warm like you. If I have to hear one more time that you did this for the family, we lived on farms, then we lived in cities, and now we're going to live on the internet. The biggest lie I tell myself is I don't need to write it down, I'll remember it. Same here. There's something way down deep that's eternal about every human being. He had got himself a life. Now he had to find a purpose in. Everybody thinks they are protecting and defending their people, but we are all people, right? If you don't know what you want, how are you going to know when you get it? You tell me exactly what you want, and I will very carefully explain to you why it cannot be. One is never afraid of the unknown. One is afraid of the known coming to an end. Just because if you don't know what you want, here in town, there's only she who is beautiful as me, so I'm making plans to woo and marry Belle. I want you to know that the day you saw something in me, my whole life changed. You want a happy ending. If you want a happy ending, that depends, of course, on where you stop your story. The only ones who should kill are those prepared to be killed. What is better? To be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? Any story worth its salt can handle a little shaking up. Proximity to power deludes some into thinking they wield it. We know little of who we were, only something of who we are, and nothing of who we may be. I would burn the world and use my soul for Tinder to hear her laugh again. The person that has the most to do with what happens to you is you. Can't use the fire exit because you're not made of fire. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? You can't always you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. You feel an evil presence watching. I've got to get up in the morning and spend some more money on my overpriced vacation. Education. Oh, okay. It was a long A. Pride is not the opposite of shame. But its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame. The world was reduced to the surface of her skin, and her inner self was safe from all bitterness. The difference between treason and patriotism is only a matter of dates. Oh, okay. Incoming ad break in 30 seconds. They make me laugh and cry and find meaning in life. Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure. Fuck, it's Harry Potter again. Exaggerates their charm and sweetness. Okay, we're taking a 3-minute break. Be right back. forgot to unmute myself. So it just looked like I was just doing things very, very, very silently. I have to find an alternative to Evernote because I was told that they limit the number of notes you can take. So eventually I'll run out, which will suck. To remember problem. ERB. Medium header. Exercise 2907. I can't. Oh. I forgot to add I can't to my areas. Let me do that. I can't seem to get a handle on this problem that's been puzzling me. He will indulge his children with too much stuff. It doesn't seem like your latest actions have endeared you to her. Has he explained his latest endeavor? I don't write endeavor. Oh, okay. Endeavor to you. This is rough because I have the answer key. The answer key is in steno. But I have different briefs, so it's gonna be difficult going through it, having things be different. Can you read what the engraving on the back of the bracelet says? Bracelet says that German Shepherd is ferocious Ferocious. Okay. Ferocious. Okay, I thought it was FER, but it was actually FUR. And has a vicious bite. Okay, and then there's a lecture. It says, we defined shorthand strokes for multisyllabic words as beginning first stroke, ending last stroke, and medial, all strokes in between the beginning and ending strokes. Elision principle. Omit medial strokes consisting of only an unstressed vowel sound. The word elision means to omit a vowel sound or syllable. We apply this elision principle when writing machine shorthand by omitting medial strokes which consist of only an unstressed vowel sound. This simplifies the hearing of words and eliminates many unnecessary strokes which are not essential to facility in reading/comprehension of steno strokes. And then they have examples of what they mean. So vindicate would be vindicate, but not vindicate. Relative would be relative, but now relative. Hypocrite would be hypocrite, but not hypocrite. Psychopath would be psych-pact, not psychopath. Pessimist would be pessimist, not pessimist. And carbonate would be carbonate, not carbonate. Note how the between or after principle has eliminated decision making and strokes on the words vindicate and carbonate. For example, by following the between or after principle, carbonate is stroked carbonate. If you do not follow the between or after principle and instead end the stroke between the consonants, then additional decisions are required. Will you stroke carbonate or carbonate? If you ignore the between or after principle, you turn a two-stroke word into a three-stroke word and force yourself to make an additional decision. Avoid creating medial strokes consisting of a consonant by itself. For example, delicate would be delicate, not delicate. Tolerate would be tolerate, not tolerate. And satellite would be satellite, not satellite. In the following exercises, you'll see exactly how these two principles are applied and how they simplify hearing by omitting unstressed, indistinct, and frequently difficult to distinguish vowel sounds, which are unnecessary to word recognition and readback facility, enhance the ability to recognize the most efficient stroking, reduce the number of decisions to be made in stroking multisyllabic words, eliminate excessive stroking without detracting from the ease with which you can read your steno notes. And then there's a reading exercise, a steno note reading exercise. Okay. I'll just read it. Exercise 2908, reading exercise. Dedicate, delicate, predicate, navigate, console, date rel. I'm not sure what date rel is. Let me get out the answer key. Lesson 29. Console date rel. Oh, it's consolidate. Consolidate. My bad. I was reading it wrong. Relegate, laminate, hesitate, motivate, Celibate, vow, celibate, right? Celibate? Yes. Validate. Vacillate, medicate, propagate, delegate, litigate, mitigate, diligence, purpleness, permanence. That one was permanence. Hesitance, right? Yes. Magnificence, residence, fraudulent. Yes, fraudulent. Elegant, prominent, resident, hesitant, relevant, president, prevalent, excellent, permanent, Duneland, covenant, Duneland. The hell? Oh, it's jubilant. There was no P in there. I was reading it wrong. Covenant, providence. Yeah, providence. I've never heard the word providence before. Diligent, promenade, renegade, latitude, gratitude, solitude, attitude, matinee, laverne. What? That's avalanche. Okay, that's avalanche. FRPB, it's NCH. Inch. Avalanche. Volatile. Crocodile. Molecule. Chromosome. Gasoline. Asinine. Limousine. Supposed to be limousine. Of course, it is indeed limousine. Nicotine. Magazine. Saxophone. Monotone. Yes, I got that all right. Okay, now Time to write down exercise 2909. Exercise 2910. The Japanese. How do I write that? The Japanese there. A cigarette is etiquette. Will prosecute. Don't prostitute. A monologue is relative. Inoperative. Was causative. A fugitive is primitive. It'd be, instead of, let me get the SVG out. Let me just put this underneath all the other stuff. Yeah, just, let me just move suggestions, okay? So people can actually see the SVG, see what I'm actually doing. An additive is is primitive. An additive. A hemorrhoid is hemorrhoid. My bad. A hemorrhoid. The adenoid is rheumatoid. Was magnificent. True elegance. Need vigilance. Showed dominance. Poor maintenance. Some tolerance. Fast utterance. Showed hesitance. Has relevance. True diligence. Real competence. Exhibited eloquence. Okay, and then it says ending sounds. Ik, uk. Ik is right side K. So it'd be panic. Words ending in ik are generally most correctly pronounced with a distinct ik sound. However, in everyday speech, this ending is frequently slurred to an uk sound. E.g., relic, panic, omit that vowel. In the next exercise, the words masochistic, feudalistic, pessimistic, and analytic are all good examples of an accented medial syllable with an eh or is sound that is easily distinguished. Write the vowel when it is accented and easily distinguished. Okay, and then we have exercise 2911. 2911. In academic, forgot to capitalize it. In academic was economic, is philosophic, be psychopathic, psychopathic, is exotic, is cinematic, was democratic, is prophylactic, am masochistic, is feudalistic, was pessimistic, be analytic, okay, analytic, is asthmatic, sailed the Atlantic, opened the attic door, has basic skills, was catatonic, civic life. Briefs, remember. Briefs to remember. In what is it? There. Over. Under. The tilde, or tilde, indicates that the word has been programmed to join to another. The tilde is placed where the joining will occur. Out tilde means it will act as a prefix, attaching to the word that follows, outfield. Out, tilde out means it will act as a suffix, attaching to the preceding word, wipeout. Okay. Exercise. $29.12. Outfield fly. That one has a brave. Maybe I changed that. I love it when I have the same dictionary open twice. Let's just delete it. That might work now. Yep, it works now. Outfield fly, outboard motor. Outbound traffic. Infield grounder. Ingrown nail. Ingrown. Loss to inaction. Overgrown lawn. Overjoyed friend. Overhand pass. Question your motive. Ask a question. Give an answer. Answer me now. Answer the question. Had no answer for that. Hold your question. Hold your question. Was questioning the man. I keep hitting the L. I have no answers. Overcrowded bus. Outdoor games. Inept gardener. Exercise 29:13. Under the ground. Under the house. Was under her hand. Underhand toss. Underneath feet. Underfed child. Went under the porch. Found under a rock. Dig under that. Underage drinker. Undercut his price. River undercurrent. Underactive child. Is under his care. Bought a large undershirt. Wear the shirt under your coat. Got the car undercoated. Put the bun under the broiler. Numbers. Writing ordinals. Turn to the number section of the reference in concordance to learn how to write ordinal numbers. I don't have that. I don't have that book. You have the space stroke. Does it work? Use the space stroke to force a space. Let's see. Cadillac. Or Cadillac. Doesn't work. Let me add it. It's not a science or anything, so. Okay, it should work now. We got Cadillac, and then we got Cadillac. It works! Voila! Use when elision creates potential conflicts. Occasionally, the application of the elision principle creates a potential for conflict. For example, when applying the elision principle, gasoline, Cadillac, creating potential conflicts with gasoline and Cadillac. It is certainly conceivable that you could encounter these two word combinations. Is the gasoline enough? That Cadillac's manners. But the likelihood of your encountering them is remote enough that it does not warrant either abandoning the tremendous benefits of the elision principle or memorizing a list of exceptions. If you should be confronted with gasoline, Cadillac, or similar situations, stroke SPZ, which creates a blank space to separate the two strokes. Okay, now let's go to exercise 2914. I wrote it wrong. He was the first son. Climb. I don't know how to write climb. Climb. The second hill. He got third place. Struck out on his fourth try. The first in line. He was the second to go. He's the third one there. I'll be fourth and last. He is firstborn. He is firstborn. Okay. He's our second child. He is third of four. Break it into fourths. Meet me on June the 1st. I don't know how to write that. June the 1st. And not in any of the dictionary? Let me check. There's a whole system for numbers in various different ways. Okay. I see 15th. Where's first? PBTS GT. Hmm. I don't see first. Let me look it up. 2914. Okay, it's the fifth one from last. One. Finding it. June the 1st. Maybe I should create another dictionary that's just numbers. Eh. We'll go on the 4th. Meet me on June the 1st. Okay, I invented it. Meet me on June the 1st. We will go on the 4th of June. Lived at 19. Livid. What is up with that? Lived. Okay, I'll have to use a brief for that. At 19 dash 111 111th Street. Street. Go to 48 256 Street. Okay, that works. We'll be at 36 dash 12 4th Street. Then there's a transcription exercise. Can't show anyone, so I'll just read it. Transcribe the plated notes into text. Done less. One less. Oh, someone. That's someone? I have a different system for that. Okay. Someone less ambitious. Moith be moith might be devastated by the loss of income last year. Muff. That. I don't know what that is. Here. My wife. Oh, that's a period. Oh, I was so confused. I read periods differently. That's why. My wife is a delicate and gracious woman. Period. Okay. Lesson 29, cumulative writing activity. Cumulative. I don't know how to write cumulative. Cumulative. Okay. I was breaking it up wrong. Cumulative writing activity. I don't write activity. Dear new mom, like most parents, you may be anxious over your children's health interests. This winter and looking for answers to common health questions in order to ensure your children do not suffer from infectious colds this winter. Your insurance offers an enhanced it's so difficult figuring out which one is going to be EPB versus TPH. Enhanced plan that now covers inner ear, adenoid, and nasal infections. We encourage you to bring all children from infant to infant. Infants to teens over 18 into the medical office soon. We cannot overstate the importance of vigilance in putting your children's health first, or the relative dangers of hesitance or inaction. From, okay, and then October 2nd. October 2nd. Oct 2nd. October 2nd through 17th, our offices will offer economical overall screening, even for children who are not insured, or are underinsured. For those who are interested in engaging this special one-time offer, we enclose a map of our satellite sites. Best wishes, Calvin C. Smith. President, consolidated health maintenance. Fast track drills, optional. Reading exercise keys. Oh, that's the end of lesson 29. Ad starts in 1 minute. Wow, I was doing that for an hour. Amazing. Okay, let me fix this so that the headings are correct. Okay, I'll be right back. And for my last trick, we're going to do some dictation.
Hello, welcome to the drill portion of the 60 class.
Let me just move things around. Yes, vTuber. Everything else looks fine. Okay.
I'm going to start out with a basic drill, word drill, to get our fingers going, okay? Ready? Up, with, as, for, of, till, than, a, the, all, any, every, no, other, much, not, only, quite, so, very, tomorrow, yesterday, north, south, east, west, please, yes. Okay, I have a phrase review. I'm going to give you the phrases first and then the sentences, okay? Here we go. Ready? You're going to hear that is, that the, there is, there are, on the, we will, she will you, you will, you are you, up the. Here are your sentences. Ready?
Okay.
And actually, this is a paragraph. Here we go. She will be on the United flight that is due to arrive at 10 o'clock. We will arrive on the American Airlines flight at 7 o'clock.
What? Oh.
Are you planning to meet the planes? If you are, will you please be sure that the car is parked near the main gate? There are 4 suitcases, and there is also 1 large bag to pick up. You will save time if you pick up the bags first and then proceed to the flight deck. We will look forward to seeing you and your family and having a long and relaxing vacation with friends. Okay, I have a number drill for you. These have to do with measurements. Okay, here we go. Ready? The boards were measured. Type A was 3 feet, 2 inches long. Type B was 6 feet, 4 inches long. Type C was 7 feet, 1 inch long. We then measured the steel pipes. 3 of them were 4 feet long with a diameter of 2.5 inches. 4 pipes were 5 feet long with a diameter of 13.1/4 inches. 5 of the pipes were 12 feet long with a diameter of 3.1/8 inches. In our order, we requested that all the boards be at least in length and that the pipes be at least 4 feet, 2 inches long with a diameter of 2.5 inches or more. Okay. have some briefs in sentences. You're going to hear the word accept, which is written X-E-P-T, accept. Exception, X-E-P-G-S. Neighbor is N long A-B, nabe. Neighborhood, N long A-B-D. Little is L-I-L. And absolute is S-L long U-T, salute. Okay, all right, here we go. Ready? The house was an absolute mess. What is an absolute number? They had absolute proof of the crime. Are you absolutely sure about that? He was absolutely in favor of the move. Ken concluded that it was absolutely true. Politics does not deal in absolutes. Death is one of the absolutes in life. The papers are all here except that one. Everyone has left except Marilyn. The houses are well kept except that one. The sales tax law accepts food purchases. The cost of the tour accepts children. The parking law accepts the handicapped. The law accepted seeing eye dogs. The admission price accepted children. The new rule accepted seniors. Is the school accepting the alumni? The rule accepting them or is accepting them from the tax. We are accepting out of date tickets. He took exception to everything I said. They did not make an exception for me. Will you make just one exception? The exception would fill volumes. The record was full of exceptions. The law had far too many exceptions. She has exceptional talent. David showed exceptional skill. That paper was really exceptional. He is doing exceptionally well. I am exceptionally tired tonight. That man is our next door neighbor. My neighbor borrowed the lawn mower. I really don't know my neighbor. Our neighbors have 2 big dogs. Mr. and Mrs. Jones are our neighbors. We just moved into the neighborhood. We are planning a neighborhood party. She lives in a pleasant neighborhood. That section is in a neighboring area. She was more than a little surprised. The little boy played with the train. Mary brought the little dog home. Okay, that concludes our drill portion of the 60 class. Have a great day.
Okay, let's move on to the Q&A section.
Hello, welcome to the 60 Q&A practice. We're going to start out with plaintiff attorney. Ready? Did anyone pursue the suspect that fled on foot? Yes, my partner did. Ken Nash. Okay, now what is it about the incident itself which stands out in your memory independently of the report? We arrived as two suspects were exiting the LaSalle Street entrance of the Buy More supermarket. We ordered them to halt. One suspect immediately fell to the ground and surrendered. The other suspect fled on foot. And that is the one that Kenneth Nash followed? Yes. What happened next? I read the suspect who had surrendered his rights, frisked him, handcuffed, and placed him in the police vehicle. In that order? Yes, I believe so. Where were the officers from the other police unit? What were they doing? One was assisting me, and the other officer went into the Buy More supermarket to survey the situation. When did your partner return to the scene of the robbery? About 5 minutes after the chase ensued. Was he able to apprehend the suspect? No. Okay, I'm going to switch transcripts. This is, again, going to be plaintiff attorney questioning. Ready? Mrs. Perry, do you have a steady position at the Club Rio? Yes, I do. Were you employed as a go-go dancer or as a waitress? As a waitress. On the evening of August 24, were you dancing as part of the floor show? Yes, I was. Was this part of the contract which you originally agreed upon when you initially were employed by the Club Rio? No, I was to work as a waitress. Then you never signed any contract or agreement to work as a dancer? No. Did you consume any alcoholic beverages on the night of August 24 while you were working as a waitress? Yes. Is this normal to have a few drinks while working in this capacity? No, it isn't. Would you explain why you decided to have a few drinks this particular night? I only drank because a few friends had dropped in. Nothing further. Now we're going to switch transcripts, and I'm going to, let's see, it's going to start off with the court. Ready? What kind of car do you use, Miss Higgins? I drive a Cadillac. That is when it is not in the garage being repaired. Is your own car, the Cadillac, easy for you to drive? Yes, sir. Is it a very heavy car? Oh, yes. It is the largest model produced. Now then, Miss Higgins, what type or model of car did the garage give you to drive while yours was being repaired? It was one of those very small cars. I can't recall the name, but it did have a stick shift. Was it a Volkswagen? Yes, sir. I believe it was. I object. Counsel's questions do not appear to be relevant in this case. I believe I understand the basis for the line of questioning by counsel. Objection overruled. Have you ever had the opportunity to drive a small car such as the Volkswagen prior to this time? No, I have not. Okay, going to switch transcripts. Here we go. Ready? Please state your full name. Jane Ellen Drew. Where do you live? 109 East Avalon Boulevard, San Diego. Where were you on the night of February 17 of this year? At home. Did you see or hear anything unusual that evening? I certainly did. Will you tell us about it? Yes, as I say, I was at home. I'm a widow lady, you know, and live alone in this little place. It's nice, mind you, but nothing fancy, not like some people I know who live like they are queens or something.
And that's it for that one. Go to the test.
Hello, this is going to be a 60 Q&A test. Plaintiff attorney is Mr. Akron, A-K-R-O-N. Defense attorney is Ms. M.S. period Sybil, C-Y-B-I-L. Again, plaintiff attorney Mr. Akron, A-K-R-O-N. Defense attorney Ms. M.S. period Sybil, C-Y-B-I-L. It's going to start off with defense, Ms. Sybil. Ready? And by help, what do you mean? I use a shower chair. Okay. And my husband helps me. Do you have a handrail in the shower? Yes. Do you use the handrail?
That's
around?
The court?
Could you do a shower by yourself?
Whoops.
No, I could not. So you need company to help you? Jamie does, yes. Is Jamie your husband? Yes. I hope so. Otherwise, he'll be very jealous. Is Jamie a man or a woman? A man. And what is Jamie's last name? Malloy, M-A-L-O-Y. And is it correct to assume that Jamie lives with you? Correct. Yes, he does. How long has Jamie lived with you? A year, since we got married. Okay. And when you get out of the shower and need to towel yourself dry? Are you able to do that? Yes, I am very slow, but yes. Do you need help doing that? Or can you do that on your own? I do that on my own. And when you brush your teeth, are you able to do that? Yes, I can. Are you able to get dressed on your own? Yes, it just takes time. Are you able to make the bed? No, I can't bend over. Okay. Can you do the laundry? No, I can't. Can you make breakfast for yourself? I usually eat toast. No. And I should ask, did you make breakfast for yourself or cook before your injury? Yes, I cooked all the time. Are you able to cook at this point and make breakfast or meals for yourself? No, not at all. I make small meals, simple ones. What would you call a small or simple meal? A fried egg, an English muffin, bean burritos. Tell me what part of cooking causes you discomfort or pain. Moving my body hurts. Okay, we have a small word list. We have Jamie, which is capital J-A-M.
Let's go to class number 4.
Hello, welcome to the drill portion of the 60 class. Today I'm going to start out with a basic noun word drill. Okay, ready? Account, act, addition, adjustment, advertisement, agreement, air, amount, amusement, animal, answer, apparatus, approval, committee, company, comparison, completion, competition, condition, control, cook, copper, copy, cork, cough, education, effect, end, error, event, example, exchange, existence, expansion, experience, expert, fact, fall, humor, ice, idea, impulse, increase, industry, ink, insect, instrument, insurance, interest, invention, and iron.
Yeah, most of those right.
Okay, my next drill for you is a basic phrase review. I'm going to give you the phrases first and then the sentences or the paragraph. Ready? Can I? Did I? If I? Some of the? Were the? When I? To you. Here's your paragraph. Ready? Did I remind you that Friday, March 29, is the last day to file your application for admission? Can I be of any assistance to you in some of the areas that you might find confusing? On our website, everything is explained in detail. When I sent you your admission packet, were the catalog and test information also enclosed? If I did not enclose those items with your application, please let me know. I will send them to you immediately. Okay. I have another drill for you. This focuses on words that have ing endings. I will give you your words first. Ready? Suing, arresting, helping, saying, writing, testifying, calling, telling, losing, failing, driving, buying. Okay, and here are your sentences. Jake is suing the company for damages. He is suing his wife for divorce. The arresting officer is present. He was in the process of arresting a suspect. Are you helping at the Friday night potluck? Stacy is helping to serve. After testifying, he left the courtroom. Are you testifying on Tuesday? Was he riding his bike? He was riding his motorcycle. They are saying he is guilty. Are you saying he is out of town? We have been calling her every day. They will be calling Mrs. Smith to testify. The truth? I'm telling you the truth. He is losing the election. She is losing weight. Are you failing history? I am not failing any of my classes. Was Tom driving the car? My family is driving to the East Coast in August. He is buying a new car on Wednesday. Are you buying a house in the city or a house? Memorandum, memoranda, influence, influential, only, responsible, respond, response, responsibility, further, anxious, behind, beyond, begin, began, begun, and then we have just gun, agent, agency, America, American, boulevard, authorize, authorization, authority, area. Now, if you didn't know, if you had trouble with any of those, then make sure you go back and practice those, okay? You should have learned those in theory, and you want to be able to hear it and write it without hesitating, okay? That concludes our drill portion of the 60 class. Have a great day.
Okay, next one.
Hello, welcome to the 60 Q&A practice. We're going to start out with the court and then play the 3 boys banging around and talking real loud in the old man's house. The house directly behind yours? Yes. When you heard the voices coming from the house, what did you do? I peeked out the window to try and see them. Now we're going to switch over to defense attorney questioning. Ready? Where do you live, Mrs. Chapman? I live at 215 Wildwood Drive. Is that located inside the city limits? No, it is in the suburbs. Do you own your own automobile? Yes. Do you frequently drive from the suburbs into the city? About once a week? Yes. I do my weekly shopping at that time. Then you are familiar with dense city traffic? I object to counsel's line of questioning. It has already been established that Mrs. Chapman, at the time of the accident, had in her possession a legal driver's license for this state. She has apparently passed the examination for such a license and is qualified to drive in traffic. The point is well taken, Mr. Perry. Objection sustained. All right. Would you classify yourself as an average driver or an above average driver? I would say that I was an average driver. Okay, now we're going to switch over to plaintiff attorney. Ready? What did you see at that time? The boys were going through the old man's chest of drawers. Then they did not see you standing in front of the house? No, I was going to yell at them to stop it, but they was kind of big and I was scared. What else did you see? Well, after they dumped a lot of things out of the drawers and couldn't find anything, and then they let Kiki out of his cage. Kiki? The parakeet. He began to fly around the room, and they started jumping and hitting at him. Poor little fellow. He didn't know what to do, and they had him all scared and everything. Then they grabbed him and just squeezed and squeezed until he couldn't breathe no more. He died? It was murder. That's what it was. Just plain murder. Them boys ought to go to the gas chamber just like any other murderer. Okay, we're going to stop there and switch transcripts. This is going to start out with plaintiff attorney. Ready? Ms. Chatsworth, in the course of your employment as the manager of the clothing department at the Macy's, do you approve the charging of credit cards at the store? I approve cards that are brought to my attention by the cashiers that are either lacking in identification, or if they have some questions about them at all, then they call me for an approval. Okay, I am handling or handing you now what has been marked People's number 3 for identification, and I ask you to examine this particular card. Do you recognize anything about this particular card? Yes, originally I didn't take the card. My assistant took it. She called me up on the inner store line for approval. Your Honor, I am going to object to anything the assistant manager said. All right. Non-responsive. All right. Did you have occasion to see the card in your store? Yes, I did see the card. What were the circumstances under which you saw the card? I was called to the checkout station, number 49, for approval of the card, and I did approve it with 2 identifications. The approvals are on the paperwork in the computer. Here they are: a Wisconsin driver's license and a signature. And are your initials indicated anywhere on there? Yes, on the front, in the right-hand corner. That concludes our Q&A practice for the 60 class. Have a great day. Hello, this is going to be a...
Damn, I got a lot wrong.
nasty Q&A test. Plaintiff attorney is Mr. Burns, Burns. And defense attorney is Mrs. Mrs. period Alfred, Alfred. Again, plaintiff attorney Mr. Burns, Burns. And defense is Mrs. Mrs. period Alfred, Alfred. And this test is going to start with plaintiff attorney.
Okay.
Ready? Did you make any stops in any way in the area where the accident happened? No. Do you have any particular memory as you sit here today and even going by the location where the accident happened with Officer Lewis? No, I do not. Prior to the beginning of your field training with Officer Lewis, had you ever been by the area where the accident happened before in your life? Not to my knowledge, no. Okay, without telling me any addresses, can you tell me what, at the time of the accident, what city you lived in? I lived in Santa Ana. And then after your field training, 3 months was completed around January of 2014. What did you then do with the CHP? I then began patrolling as a solo officer. And where did you start to patrol? I began patrolling many different areas for the next 9 months. Okay, let's start in order. I'm going to try and do things in order so you'll follow me. As soon as you finished your field training, service, or instruction, what was the first area that you were assigned to patrol? Well, it doesn't really work that way. It will change for every day of the week. Okay, where we patrol. Why don't we do it this way? Tell us all the areas in that next 9-month period where you patrolled. I patrolled the majority of the work days or the work week. Let's do it however you want to do it. What was your work week, by the way? I typically would work Tuesday through Sunday, and or I'm sorry, Thursday through Sunday. It was a 4-day work week. On Thursday and Friday, I would usually work somewhere along the 5 and the 10 interchange area. An area you've become very familiar with? Correct. Okay, we have a small word list. We've got Officer Lewis. Hello, welcome to the drill portion of the 60 class. We're going to start out with some basic nouns, basic words. Okay, ready? Argument, art, attack, attempt, attention, authority, back, balance, base, behavior, belief, birth, country, cover, crack, credit, crime, crush, cry, current, curve, damage, danger, daughter, day, family, father, fear, feeling, fiction, field, fight, fire, flame, flight, flower, fold, food, jelly, join, journey, judge, jump, kick, kiss, knowledge, land, language, laugh, low, lead.
Hey.
Okay. I have a word and sentence drill, and it focuses on word families that end with ability. Anything with ability, any of those words. I'm going to give you the words first. Ready? Capability. So you're coming back for the BLT if you can't squeeze it in one stroke. Legibility. Acceptability. Adaptability. instability, sensibility, irritability, possibility, excitability. And here are your sentences. What is the capability of the computer? The legibility of the document is in question. Does the legibility of the contract affect your decision? We are interested in product acceptability. The acceptability of her ideas may cause some problems. She does not use any sensibility when making a decision. John's mental instability worries me. Her instability caused her many problems. What is the degree of adaptability? The consumer adaptability to the product has not been proven. Jamie's irritability is annoying. The medicine causes irritability and tiredness. What is the possibility of an acquittal? Is there any possibility of a hung jury in this case? Too much coffee or tea can cause excitability. All right, I have a number drill for you. This focuses on feet, square feet, and it is in paragraph form. Ready? According to the property description, the lot is 60 by 100 feet. The house has approximately 1,500 square feet of living space. The master bedroom is 12 feet by 18 feet, and the other two bedrooms are 12 feet by 13 feet each. There is a family room that is 10 feet by 15 feet and a small kitchen and dining area. The living room is 13 feet by 15 feet. The house also has 2.5 bathrooms. Okay, my next drill for you are machine shop doublets. Okay.
What?
Here we go. Ready? Torque belt, wing blade, drive shaft, dual pulley, variable speed, belt tension, spindle shaft, caster fork, felt washer, caster wheel, drill press, fuel filter, brake shoe, dust shield, space retainer, bracket, support, hairpin cotter, double groove, cutter housing, sharp blade, air cleaner, pivot nut, ignition switch, and brake drum. Okay, I have some sentences for you. This is one word or two. Ready? A cute kitten has an acute case of cat fever. Please mark a cross on this drawing to show where he went across the street. They reached an accord on the price of a cord of wood. He is a ward of the court and cannot spend his award. Fred bought a side of beef and set it aside for the winter. I assure you that fleet lady in the 5th race is a sure thing. He wanted to buy a Ford convertible, but he couldn't afford it. He said that a round trip to work is about 10 miles if he goes around the lake. And notice that most of the time the speaker will use the article a as the long A, such as a cute kitten, and then usually words that start with an A that have the prefix A are usually spoken as in acute case of fever. Or article A, he wanted to buy a Ford as opposed to the prefix A. He couldn't afford. So that's usually how you can tell the difference between the long A and then as opposed to a. All right, that concludes our drill class.
Huh. Is that true? Can't tell if that's true or not. That's interesting.
Hello, this is going to be the 60 Q&A practice. We're going to start out with plaintiff attorney questioning. Ready?
Ready.
Did you see who the person was presenting the card for purchasing? Yes, I did. Who was that? The gentleman is sitting at the table on the end. The third one from the end of the table. For the record, the defendant, Peter Robson, has been identified. Are we ready for cross-examination? Just a few more, Your Honor. Was this card presented for merchandise that was obtained from your store? Yes, it was presented for merchandise. I have no further questions at this time, Your Honor. Is there any cross? Yes. What is the date of that particular card, ma'am? Let me see. The card is dated August 15th, 2013. Had you ever seen my client, Peter Robson, prior to August 15, 2013? No, I had never seen him. Have you ever seen him since? Yes, Mr. Robson was in the store on one occasion shopping. So you have seen him twice prior to coming to court? That's correct. Was Mr. Robson pointed out to you by the detectives as being the defendant in this case when you came to court? Your Honor, I am going to object to that question. There has been no foundation laid for this. Overruled. You may answer the question. But you recognized him, having seen him only on 2 occasions? That's true. What was the total length of time that you had to observe my client at the time when you approved that particular transaction? Let's see. I was called approximately 3 minutes. Did you stand and talk with him for 3 minutes? I asked him questions about his identification. I looked at his identification, then I looked at him and verified the identification, and then we accepted the check. Excuse me, the card. I see. And I initialed it on the computer. What was the name of the cashier who called you? Sabrina Parkins. Ms. Chatworth, how long have you worked at Macy's? For over 5 years. Where is the Macy's located? In what city? 55 Plaza Park in Madison. Now, Ms. Chatsworth, in the course of business, how many purchases are paid with a card? How many? Approximately. He's asking, Is it around 25%, 50%? At least half the purchases. Are all of these cards approved by you? No, they are not. I am now handing you what has been marked as defense number 4 for identification. And I ask you to examine that particular card. Yes. Have you ever seen this card before? Yes, I have. What were the circumstances under which you saw this card? I accepted the card from the defendant. Was that rendered in payment of some purchases to be made at your store? Yes, it was. What was the date the card was accepted on? August 16, 2013. And do you know who it was that presented the card to you? Yes, I do. Who was that? The defendant, that gentleman there. The record may reflect that the witness has again indicated the defendant. Your Honor, can I ask one further question? All right. At the time this second card was presented as payment for a purchase, was there any identification that you examined at the time that you took this card? Yes, there was. I took a Wisconsin driver's license and a signature. I have no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you very much. You are excused. Okay, that concludes our Q&A practice for the 60 class. Have a great day.
Wow, I did horribly. I can't remember how to write identification with the brief. It's interesting trying to switch between Q&A and how do you pronounce that actually? Colloquy? Colloquy? You know, I've never looked up how to pronounce that before. Let me actually Google that real quick. Colloquy. It's pronounced colloquy. I've been pronouncing it wrong for years now. Was English. It's life. Yeah, you know, it's 7:30 now. I went for the whole stream just stenoing. that was difficult. Okay, next time I'm going to actually redo the exercises in lesson 29. Hopefully, I'll have switched to a different note-taking application by then instead of Evernote. Transferred all my notes to somewhere else. You know, maybe I'll even just do a Google Doc. If I can't find anything that's remotely like Evernote, I'll just do a Google Doc and I'll make it available for people if they want it. Okay, so lesson 30, the lesson overview is vowel sounds and spellings, beginning sounds, im, no medial sounds, ending sounds, some, ism, ified, identified. Oh, identified is going to come up in this, isn't it? Let me look ahead. I'm going to steal some of these briefs too. I don't see identify. Yet. If I it does not look like. Oh, we're doing street names, just names. Oh, it's really short. Lesson 30 is really short. It's only 8 pages long. Identify was unfortunately not one of the words as part of the exercises, but that's fine. You know, I'll just have to put it in my head because it came up so many times in this Q&A, and I'm gonna redo it. So, I have to if I want to get stronger, if I want to get faster. Oh, excuse? You can squeeze it. Excuse. Either with an S or a Z. I didn't know that. Okay, anyway. That's it for this stream. I'll be back tomorrow for, tomorrow is Friday. So we're doing Yakuza 0. And, that's it. That's it for the stream. Goodbye.